Love is my choice. Love is my decision. I wish you peace. I wish you joy. I wish you love, 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 love. I wish you faith in yourself to reveal all that you've come here to be. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Love is my voice. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. I wish you strength. I wish you courage, wish you love, 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 love. I wish you purpose to create all your dreams and co-conspire with the light of your life. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Love is my voice. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. Oh, 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 oh. Your answers to eternity are always deep inside you. The freedom of expression is yours to choose right now. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Oh, love is my voice. Love is my religion. Oh, love is my choice. Love is my decision. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love is my voice. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. And everybody's saying, love is my religion. Love is, yes it is. Love is my religion. Love is, oh, love is my religion. Love is, love is, love is, love. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo!
Good morning and welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living live stream. And here we are in our beautiful facility. By the way, those of you who've not been here for a while, I have to tell you, it's still a beautiful facility. The day will come when you can be here again, but in the meantime, isn't it wonderful to be able to be with you? We're right here maintaining the consciousness and the space for all of us. So shout out to everybody who's tuning in. Oh, I see that my daughter Jerry and my granddaughter Stephanie are saying good morning. Well, good morning to you and to everybody else, because we're here to lift spirits, to open hearts, to clear minds, and to join in a great celebration of life, because that's what we do here. We celebrate life. We go right to source, and whatever else may be going on in our world or in the greater world, we maintain that conscious connection with spirit, and we share our love and our joy and our appreciation with each other. We teach the principles of science of mind, and we open our hearts and our minds to each other, and we are here to make a great difference, not only in our personal lives, but in this beautiful world itself. So welcome. We're delighted that you're here. And now I'm going to invite you to join in singing I Love Myself So Much, that is going to be brought to you by Emily and the music team from a few months past. Are you ready? Let's sing.
Please stand and join us in singing I Love Myself So Much. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me. One more time. I love myself so much, so I can love you so much, so you can love you so much, so you can start loving me, so you can start loving me, so you can start loving me.
Nice job. I could hear you singing from here, at least in my heart. Why don't we do a little deep dive into the great cosmic heart of life itself? And as we come to this sweet, serene space, we begin to listen with our hearts, the ear of our hearts. And what we hear is the gentle beating of the universal heart itself. And now we come into harmony with that beautiful cosmic beat. And as we relax and rest in this sweet space, we are being held so tenderly in the great heart. And we are aligning ourselves now even more completely with the heartbeat of the universe, feeling it within our own hearts, recognizing that we are one with this divine presence, and that we are one with one another. There is a sweetness in this serenity. There is a completeness in the depth of this understanding that there is the divine presence, the energy of love, and nothing else. And so as we return to our source, remembering who we are, the essence of love itself, we let go of anything unlike that. We move from any sense of chaos into clarity, into order, into serenity, into compassion, into love itself. As we breathe in the life of spirit, pure, whole, sweet, complete. As we exhale, we release any false belief in separation. And we come deeply, deeply and sweetly and powerfully into the heartbeat of the universe, where love abides completely, and we dive deeply into that sweet, wonderful essence. And let's just be there. Let's enter so deeply into this sacred silence that we hear the heartbeat of the Great One and experience it within our own hearts now. How lovely it is to remember this divine essence is our reality, and that the love that we are now has the opportunity to be activated in our thoughts and our feelings, our bodies and our world of experience. Love prevails, and all is well.
Thank you, Dr. Maxine. Let's come together for our opening spiritual mind treatment, also known as an affirmative invocative prayer or invocative meditation. And let's know together there is one life. That life is God's life that overspans eternity and finds a dwelling place in the I am that I am. This great I am uplifts us today to a greater realization of our oneness, our unity with all. We are reminded that all is in God and God is all there is. That means that right where I am, right where you are, is the great I am expressing by means of us. All that the Spirit is expresses by means of us. That great I am expresses as the life, the intelligence, the love, the peace, the power, the beauty, the joy, the abundance, the wholeness. Any idea that I'm anything other than that falls away as I awaken to the realization that right here, right now, God is. I am. I accept this to be so. I am delighted in knowing that my good continues to come forth. My God continues to come forth. And I celebrate the oneness of spirit realizing itself by means of me and by means of the whole humanity. I release this word now to the law of mind, grateful that it is so, and together we declare, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Mike. All right, I'd like to speak to the kids out there. Please, will you all please come forward? Very good. Good, good. No, you don't need to stand up. Just be comfortable. I just want to have our regular little chat together. There's something I want to remind you children about today, and you teens, and that is that you are brilliant, and you are lovable, and that you are necessary to life. This world would not be the same without you. That's just how you were created. Brilliant, lovable, creative, necessary. Do you sometimes forget how loved you are? Do you sometimes forget how lovable you are? We all do. Not just you kids, but we all forget that sometimes. So let me help you remember right now. God is crazy about you. Totally adores you, always has, always will. The adults in your life find you absolutely precious. Oh, they may say something every now and then, like reminding you, which could sound a little like nagging from time to time. And they love you. And they're proud of you. I love you. Reverend Mike loves you. All the people at the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living find you absolutely miraculous. And now I'd like you to do me a favor. When you can, I want you to look in a mirror and just look at that fabulous face of yours. And then say to yourself, I love you, and use your name. I love you, and mean it. And open up your heart and let that love continue to flow, because you are a magnificent expression of life. And it only gets better. Now, this is the time where we normally would have a demonstration of something wonderful that's taken place in a person's life. And we have some coming up. But we don't have one to share with you today. But what we will share, and I'm inviting you to say it along with me, is our affirmation for the day. Are you ready? Loving the presence of infinite love within me, I embody it completely today as I bless every aspect of my being and truly love myself. As you know, the month of May is all about courage and compassion. And today is a deep dive into self-love. This is not just touching a toe in the water. Today we're doing a deep dive into self-love. The compassionate Buddha, centuries ago, said, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Have you ever thought about that? You deserve your love and your affection, and your caring, and your compassion for yourself. Now we remember the wonderful words of the Master Teacher, that we are to love our neighbor as ourself. And clearly, it implies that we must love ourselves. And the more we love ourselves, the better we can love our neighbor. So what if you don't always approve of everything that you think and feel and say and do? Well, let's look at who you truly are behind all of those actions. A unique and beautiful manifestation of the one life. That's the truth. It always has been, and it always will be. You're an individualized expression of the divine life. There is no one like you, anywhere. And everywhere that you go, you're bringing your special gifts. And it may be in a small container right now, and yet consciousness goes outside of our homes and our offices and our streets. And so you could be anywhere, bringing your gifts, bringing your love, bringing your joy, bringing your creativity, and lifting up other people, even if you are not in the same room with them. That's the joy of what we're learning right now, isn't it? That no matter where we are still able to positively influence others. And it begins with positively influencing ourselves. And we read, Thou art my beloved one, in whom I am well pleased. Now, the divine says that to all of us, and we're so busy going, la 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 la, that we're not hearing it. We're not believing it. We're believing too much in what our own self-criticism may be, or what the reports of other people may be about us. Listen to this, please. Thou art my beloved one, in whom God is well pleased. Wow. So as we begin to open our hearts to receive that truth, it does become easier to adore ourselves. Now that's not self-centeredness. That's just wisdom. That's the essence of pure love, starting right here in our own container. As I said, this is not just toe in the water. We're doing a deep dive today into self-love. Now, you've heard the expression that discipline is loving yourself enough to do what is good for you. And I'm a fan of this. So yes, we want to be really nice to our bodies. That's a loving thing to do, isn't it? And that would be good nutrition and fresh air and healthy movement and plenty of good sleep. So we take good care of our bodies. That's a very loving thing to do. We were issued this body, you know. It's the instrument through which we walk around this wonderful earth. So let's adore it. Let's be good to it. Let's appreciate it. Let's give thanks for it every day that we have this beautiful instrument that has been issued to us, and it's like no one else's. So honor it, protect it, delight in it, celebrate it, have a good time with it. But more than that are our thoughts, because our thoughts absolutely influence our bodies and our life experience. And I would suggest right now, with all that is taking place in our world and the uncertainty of it, that we find ourselves engaging in less media and more meditation. And I think that's a good idea, it is. Sure, we want to keep up with what's going on. We want to listen to science and practice what is appropriate. But let's not spend so much time. It's not good for us to spend too much time paying too much attention and getting ourselves into any downer information. Let's not admit that. We stand guard at our mentality and we listen to what is appropriate. We do what we are guided to do. We follow our wisdom. But let's not allow an excessive amount of this other kinds of information to come in. So our thoughts. Let's stop making comparisons. That's a very loving thing to do. Don't compare yourself with another person who you think has attained more success in their chosen field than perhaps you felt you would have by now. No comparisons, no contrasts. Just give thanks for each person's success in whatever means that is for them. And let's give thanks for our own continued evolutionary process, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, career-wise, relationship-wise. We're continually making progress. Now, I used to say that I compared myself only with myself, so that I wanted to do and to be more today than I did yesterday. And I decided to give that up. I don't want to compare myself even with myself. I simply want to let my thoughts be in heaven. And I simply want to open my mind to the divine mind, to just, as Meister Eckhart told us, just let God be God in me. I don't have to compare. I don't have to contrast. Only need to open my heart and let that creative, intelligent, loving, wonderful activity move through me and be wonderful today. That's what we can do. What about our emotions? We really need to be staying out of fear and moving into a deeper experience of faith. We're building our faith by relying on that which is reliable, because the things out there we really can't rely on. They change by the moment, don't they? But God is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And so we are building our faith. We are deepening our connection. We're choosing to be centered rather than scattered. Doesn't that feel better? That's a very loving thing to do. Now here's what I find a very important component of being good to ourselves, caring for ourselves, loving ourselves. And that is to continually develop a greater and greater sense of humor. I think it was Will Rogers who said that it's important to laugh at ourselves at least once before 10 o'clock every morning. I have no trouble with that whatsoever. We want to take ourselves a little more lightly. And many of you have heard the wonderful story about the clowns in the circus and the difference between feeling so upset about a mistake that we have made and actually reveling in something silly that we have done. And so even if you've heard this before, bear with me. I'm going to share it with the folks who haven't heard it before. And it might be a good reminder for the rest of us. Okay, so normally, when you make a mistake, you would go, oh no. The body language changes, right? We kind of bend over, maybe cover our heads or our faces. Oh no, I did something awful. What am I going to do about that? However, the clown in the circus already has shoes 10 times too big, right? And is always tripping over him or herself, and is making mistakes on purpose. And this is the circus bow. When something like that has occurred in the act of the clown, instead of, oh no, I made a mistake, this is the circus bow. Ta-da! So I want everybody out there right now to think of some mistake you may have made. Think about it. Not too hard for some of us, right? And now everybody stand up and go, ta-da! I made a mistake. Yay! I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I cleaned the life out of our kitchen. I mean, it was cupboards and counters and floors, and you could eat off the floor, but we chose not to. And this morning, I'm making coffee. I made one little pot of coffee. We have a little French press. I made that one, gave it to Reverend Mike, and I was about to make mine. And somehow I was trying to do 2 or 3 things at once. And I wound up spilling the entire little French press with the coffee, with the grounds, everything, all over the entire counter. And I laughed at myself. It didn't bother me. I could still love myself, and I did, and I had a good time, and it was wonderful to clean up that entire counter again, including all the appliances underneath and so forth. This may seem like a small thing. It's not. It's a big thing to lighten up, to take ourselves lightly. Ernest Holmes said, take what you're doing seriously, but don't take yourself too seriously while you're doing it. Now you know, many of you out there know the answer to this question. And if you know it, go ahead and say it. Your family will be delighted to hear it too. Why is it that angels can fly? Okay, all together now. Because they take themselves lightly. That is such a loving thing to do. We take ourselves lightly. If God loves you so completely, how dare you not love yourself? Wow, did you think of that ever? God loves you so completely that it's essential, it's only appropriate, it's only natural that we love ourselves with a real love, a true love, a deep love, a not inflated ego love that has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. It's a genuine caring compassion for yourself and delight in yourself, in your real self. I'm spelling that with a capital S. Because within each of us is that divine self that is greater than any physicality, any emotionality, any mentality, and it's the beginning of all of that, so that the instrumentation of our physical, emotional, and intellectual self can be a beautiful conduit for that great self within us to come forth and to express. When we're planning a new activity, let's stop and ask ourselves, how can I bring more love to this? What is my vision for it? It's not just a task that I need to do. How am I going to love myself and everybody who may be touched by this in a greater and a deeper way? Let's get excited about the love that we are, the essence of love that we are. And let's get thrilled about the activity of this love that we can bring out into our lives and into the world. It's the most delicious thing there is. It's the greatest gift we have. It's the most important activity of our lives to love. And so we may as well begin with ourselves. Well, you may have noticed that sometimes in order to free ourselves to love more, some forgiveness needs to come in. Because have you noticed that we tend to judge ourselves? We tend to hold on to mistakes that we have made instead of doing the ta-da. And when we do that, we are cutting off the flow of good in our lives. And we're strangling the access of love to flow in and out, for us to be that beautiful recycling fountain of love. So let's think about and talk about and do some activities about forgiveness today. Because here's the truth. Nothing you have ever thought or felt or said or done or not said or not done has anything at all to do with your true worth, your deep value, the self that God created and continues to sustain and maintain and perpetuate. Nothing you have ever said, not said, done, not done, thought, not done, felt, not felt, has anything to do with your beautiful, loving self and the magnificent perfection with which you were created. So it's appropriate, it's dynamic, it's the most wonderful thing you can do to bless and release the past and leave it there. You got gifts from it. You may not even know at this point what all the gifts were that you received, but as you become open to receiving them, they'll come flooding in, and you'll go, oh, now I understand why that took place in my past. I thought it was a horrible thing I could never get over. And in truth, it added to my compassion. It added to my creativity and my wisdom. And so I can say thank you and release it. And then we begin to embrace this moment. And in embracing this moment and letting the love that is our true essence flow through us, we suddenly become more creative, more resourceful. And now we can begin to co-create a next future for ourselves and for the world itself. We need the compassion in order to be kind to ourselves. And we need the courage in order to do the work, and that's with a capital W, the work of opening our hearts to greater love. And so we need to prime the pump. I don't think too many of us have ever had to go to well and prime the pump to pump the water to start coming up, but you've seen movies, you know how it goes. So we can prime the pump of divine love by accepting its presence within every aspect of our being. Accept the presence of love within your beautiful physical body temple. Accept the presence of love within your wonderful feeling nature. Accept the presence of love within your bright, brilliant intellect. Accept the presence of love within every aspect of your being. It's much more than making a list of your appreciations for yourself, although that's a wonderful thing to do as well. But it's diving so deeply into the heart of God that there's no longer any doubt about your true value. Love is all there is. When we get right down to it, it's what breathes us. It's what motivates us. it's what opens our hearts and our minds to experience really sweet relationships, to become more creative in whatever field of endeavor we may find ourselves. There is enough love. We're never without it. We just forget about it sometimes. Do you remember that wonderful song? In this very room, there is enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, God's Spirit, is in this very room. And in this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, God's Spirit, is in this very room. And in this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, God's Spirit, is in this very room. And this room is worldwide. And you and I are sharing this room right now. It goes far beyond any edifices. And I was taught years ago by my beloved ministerial teacher, Earl Barnum, don't develop an edifice complex. It's not about the building. It's about our hearts being so open to the presence of divine love that we are embraced by it. We are swimming in it. We're doing a dive into it so deeply that we will never again criticize or judge ourselves, which makes it much easier to cease the judgment and the criticism of others. We're opening our hearts to the great heart. We're swimming in this sea of love. We are indeed recirculating fountains of love. I'm very much in love with you. And that's not going to cease, because we are all going through this together, growing through this together, and most importantly, loving through this together. Will you say with me, I love the presence of infinite love within me. I embody love completely today. I bless every aspect of my being. I truly love myself. And so, beloveds, beginneth our lesson. And now it's time for our offertory. What a great joy it is for me, and I know it is for you as well, to contribute our good to the closest source of our food, our spiritual food. And if you are fed by these wonderful comings together, and by our beautiful spiritual community, and by the truth that we stand for, the truth that sets us free and keeps us free, then let's give generously from the depths of our heart to this good, good work. And there are ways for you to make these contributions, and it's right there up on your screen. So look at our website, find the different ways that you would like to be a growing part of this loving, wise, wonderful experience. And so now we're going to speak our affirmation together. And after that, it will be followed by our announcements, which will be delivered today by John Saul. Let's speak our prosperity celebration. Let's hold our gift to our hearts if we wish, reminding ourselves that this gift comes from the great heart of God, and that goodness and that flow of love never ceases. Together, I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. A love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. A love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. And I know this voice of love is singing through my life. It is all I am, every part of me. It's all I choose to be. Sing it with me. There is only love. There is only love. A love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. One more time. There is only love. There is only love. A love that feels, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only
Good morning. Won't you be my neighbor? I'd love you to be my neighbor. Welcome to Being My Neighbor. Good morning. My name is John Zoll. I'm here from your Board of Trustees with your morning announcements.
Yay!
Thank you very much. We have lots of exciting classes and workshops coming up. 5 of them actually in the months of May and June, and it's not too late to sign up as long as you register today by sending an email to admin@cslphilly.com or calling the office. I suppose you could call the office tomorrow, and if Linda's feeling really nice, she'll let you sign up tomorrow too. The first one is Dr. Maxine, offering a 5-week class in the gentle art of blessing. Oh, that's so gentle. This simple practice will transform your life. It's a love offering class beginning Tuesday, May 19th. That's this Tuesday from 6:30 to 8:30 via Zoom. Frank Henniger will also be offering 3 workshops via Zoom so you can enjoy them from the comfort of your own home. Spirit Notes Journaling for Personal Growth is his first workshop, a 1-day workshop on Saturday, May 23rd from 2 to 5 p.m. His second workshop is Writing Haiku. A Japanese mindful practice, a 1-day workshop on Saturday, May 30th from 1 to 4. And Frank's third workshop, The Cosmic Mind, a philosophical exploration of cosmology and consciousness on 4 Wednesdays, June 3rd through the 24th from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Next Saturday, May 23rd from 1 to 2, Payson and Kristen Burt will be holding a 1-hour Braver Angels Alliance meeting on Zoom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
For more details, go to our events calendar on our new website, rubadubdub.cslphilly.org, where you can also view past celebrations and Dr. Maxine and Reverend Mike's daily love notes. And they are lovely. You'll certainly get a boost from them every day. And of course, demonstrations. I know that some of you are having wonderful demonstrations out there in the midst of all this situation going on in the world that are positive results of science of mind treatment or daily affirmative prayer. So just contact Dr. Maxine. Her phone number is on our website. And remember, there is no one in the world just like you because there's only one you. So I look forward to you having a snappy day in the neighborhood. Until next time, I see you back at our beloved CSL at Suite 16.
Thank you, John. That was a delightful set of announcements. And don't we have a lot of beautiful things going on here at GPCSL? We are zooming right along. And of all the wonderful classes and workshops that he just told us about, the first one is happening Tuesday night. So please join me for the gentle art of blessing. It's very, very special. Now we'll have our closing song. Shall we have our closing song? And it's going to be sung by Emily Zoll. It's called Love Swirls Around. Ready?
The title of this song is Love Swirls Around, written by me. Things happen for a reason. Things happen for a reason. Try to live in the moment. Know this is where we belong. Try to clear our busy head. Try to stay strong. Things happen for a reason. Every time or place. Things happen for a reason. Inside there is a space. This time has a purpose. There's nothing that love can't face. Just know that we are one and know that we are love. Love swirls around on the inside. Overflows out of our hands when we're not sure what we always be tough times in our own world or place, but take time to realize we are the ones who are blessed. Things happen for a reason. Be grateful for who you are. Things happen for a reason. Don't ever stray too far. This time has a purpose. There's nothing that love can't face. Just know that we are one, and know that we are love. Love swirls around on the inside, overflows out of our hands. When we're not sure what we've become, love's the connection that makes us one. When we're lost and scared, feel like no one is there. When we need someone to show us there's love. When we're lost and scared, feel like no one is there. When we need someone to show us there's love. Things happen for a reason. Love swirls around, overflows out. When we're not sure what we've become, love's the connection. Love swirls around on the inside, overflows out of our hands. When we're not sure what we've become, love's the connection that makes us one. Love's the connection that makes us one.
And so we go forth with hearts overflowing with love for ourselves, for all humanity, and we are making a beautiful difference in our lives and in this world. And so it is.